Well, here we are again, probably for the last time this year. We are at Ablinetti's here on the wharf in Monterey. And we have Tony, who came in specifically from out of the country in Oregon to hang out with us.
Good luck from me. Not that I came a little bit more north than you did, Tony, just for your information.
And obviously, you guys know who this is.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Cheers, Santa. Cheers, Tony.
Oh,
Cheers.
No, we're not going to talk about my girlfriend, but it's okay. So, Santa, it's real.
it's me. It's come on, Tony. You know you've been wanting to pull it. Go ahead. Tony. He's just like a typical when you're 3 years old. You still like to pull it, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the best part of Christmas.
That's one of the best parts of Christmas. A little too big to sit on your lap. Now, I was afraid of Santa growing up.
I remember that. You know what? I still have that same pants that you. Well, we don't want to mention. It's the stain went off. That's all I'm
I
gonna
was going to say, and the pants got washed, everything evaporated, the memory faded.
Except the screaming in my ears.
So what goes on in Santa's lap?
Well, I mean, one thing is just love.
Just
You know, if we can't show love on Christmas, then wow, we need to work on something. I hear so much of just what they want, but
What
also,
do they want?
oh, right now, of course, it's toys. Everybody wants
What is the toy of the year?
The toy of the year is LLO dolls. The dolls, they are the LLLs. I mean, I have heard well, because they pronounce them all different ones. And
Google.
you know that, and for boys, it's trains and cars and trucks. I mean, that's something that
They can play with.
it goes up every year. And then, of course, you got yourself the young ladies really like doll houses. You know, that movie of Barbie.
Barbie. Okay, so what about the Barbie? Is that are they limited in quantity because people are pulling them off the shelves? These little girls are gravitating back to Barbie.
This is probably the biggest year of Barbie in the last 10 years. I'm going to say almost out of 10 girls, 6 of them are asking for Barbies.
Okay.
One little girl, she was 7 years old, asked for a computer.
No way.
And I said, wow, okay, what are you going to use a computer for? She goes, I'm going to create a story about Barbie. So I'm going to know should I put that as a Barbie or not? But she said, I'm going to be a tech person, Santa. I said, okay. But 6 years old, asking for a computer already.
Love it. Absolutely.
God bless America.
Hey, you know what? And she's creative. So Barbie is the rich girl's toy. Tammy was a knockoff. Remember Tammy? Making Tammy years ago?
I remember the Tammy and also Raggedy Annie, Little Randy Annie. I can't.
Little Raggedy Annie.
Thank you. Santa didn't speak that today, but yeah, it's those are really cute because you know what? Most of them were made by their grannies. You know, and that's how the original doll came from. It was just sewn together, little button eyes with a little bit of hair and a little doll, and you could change the clothes, and that's what it was. Just a sweet little, like you just said, a poor child's present. But man, when the company started doing it, that's when they started gaining more and more.
So which elves make the poor kids' toys and which elves make the rich kids?
Wait a minute.
Well, I knew. No. We were just talking.
An elf is an elf is an elf, right?
Yeah, we all.
There's no designation, you know, like
No, we all.
elf gets in trouble. He's
No.
relegated to the.
Don't the elves get in trouble? They like little.
Actually, let me just tell you, they do get in a lot of trouble, but they're not on the naughty list because Mrs. Claus makes sure they're not. Because,
Well, you need them.
well, I mean, they are in the
The
union.
labor situation
Yeah, I
today.
was going to ask you about their union.
Are they union?
Are you going to have to start charging for presents? Or?
No, that would never happen.
Okay.
That would never happen. Yes, they are unionized, and they got a pretty good shop steward. But the shop steward he's really cute. You know, most of our elves are about yay tall. Okay, the union shop steward is this big.
Oh.
For the table,
Oh.
Johnny, and let me tell you, Johnny talks like he's from New York. So we make sure, all right, Johnny, if you're happy, we're happy.
So what I'm hearing too is when you say Mrs. Claus, she's running the show. Is it really your gig? Is it her gig?
You know,
Let's be honest.
she likes to say, I only work one day a year.
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor. She runs it beautiful. I mean, the way she handles all the problems, what we have.
What kind of problems would Santa Claus have?
Oh, you know what?
Problems.
Try to find different toys and different parts for toys.
So you had problems with parts just like they had problems with computer chips in cars during COVID.
Correct.
So what's your secret? Or are you not going to tell us your secret?
Well, it's magic. It's magic. And also, when you look right at a manager, it owns a company, and say, I know what you wanted for Christmas when you're 10 years old. I need that part. They kind of listen to Santa, you know? Like, wow. Hey, speaking of, look at that little girl right there. This is wave at her, everybody. And that's why I do it.
Right.
Wherever I'm at, when, you know, all season long, you know, this is with me. And it's been a habit of mine of, I turn on the Santa. You know, automatically you feel there's a child there. And you turn around and you look, hi, how are you? And so my Mrs. Claus go, you just turned it on, didn't you? Because I'm Santa all year round.
Very cool. Now, speaking of all year round, and we are in almost 70-degree weather here in Monterey on the wharf, the world famous wharf at Ablanetti's, where, I mean, I love this place. I like looking out. I like seeing the people that come out, the restaurateurs. Everyone's happy right now and happy to see you. And then again, in another week, you're not going to be able to do this because you got to focus.
I have to focus on life, my local life here, and that is correct.
And one of the local things you do here, besides entertain children, make everybody happy, magic that you can't do on stage in Vegas because they couldn't do it, is politics.
Correct.
So,
you know, there's two things you don't supposed to ever talk about. Is religious and politics. So we already talked about religion of Santa. So let's just go ahead and cheers and talk about politics now.
Well,
all right.
What I understand, and as someone who is eligible to vote at my age, I'm over 18, is
just a little.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
Just a little.
The clown show that we have, you know, politically in this country, not locally here in Monterey. I think we got it pretty nailed.
Yes.
In this county in general, but we look at the state, we look at other regions. We find a lot of comedy in a lot of things, but we don't go there in our publication in Foolish Times because it's too easy. And then once you tell the joke, it's already passe and there's something coming up behind it. So you really got to stay up with that. So in your situation, for all the good you do and the model you are as Santa Claus, you want to be an elected official here in the state of California.
Correct. I am running for state assembly. And that is District 29.
And where is that district?
That starts from San Martin all the way down to the end of Monterey County. So down past King City. We have all of Watsonville and all of San Benito County. Wow. And if you don't know where that is, that's actually Robert Rivas is, he's the one that has the office now.
He's there now.
And I'm trying to remove him in a nice way because I'm Santa Claus.
Right.
He's not naughty. He's not on your naughty list.
No. You know, we just see different things different.
Okay.
And
Is it the glasses?
how did you know?
The glasses.
You know,
I know that you have magic glasses.
I do have magic glasses.
Oh.
Yeah, he sees the good in
What a
everything.
nice childhood you had.
Absolutely.
So one of the concerns I have is our youth. I mean, I like we know, I've been being Santa since 1984, and the youth is very important. And our education of our schools are getting more and more political. Our young youth just need to go from preschool to kindergarten, get ready to go in elementary, from elementary go to junior college, I skipped the from junior high to high school, and then from high school, if they want to go to a trade school, let's get them ready to do that. Or if they are able and they want to go to college, get them in college. Stop the whole political stuff. Let's get them ready to be productive citizens of our country. And that's very important.
And we need the money for Social Security as we get old, so we really need them to work.
Exactly.
You know, bottom line is let's get them working. But I like the idea of what you said about the trades. We have infrastructures all over the country that are breaking down. And I think if we have one more college educated person, they need to be on the naughty list. I think we need to have kids working with their head in their hands, critically thinking, and getting out of bed and finding purpose.
I see that, and it's funny because my father likes to say I'm the highest educated truck driver he knows. And I said, well, what?
And sleigh driver.
It's sleigh driver. Well, you know, the reindeers do most of that work there.
Right.
And please don't talk about Rudolph's nose. He gets a little sensitive about that. But I like to say, why would you say that? He goes, because I helped pay for your college. But I want you to know that I'm happier not running my home care business, but working as a Teamster, driving a truck. And I love that. If I knew what I knew now, I would probably went right to a trade school and got myself in the trades.
Right.
And there's a lot of kids that there's a lot of kids that want to do that and get into something. They don't know exactly what they want to do, but they need to do something. We have to encourage them from here to death. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to do that. Go to school or get a job if that's what you want. But the key thing, I like what you said. You see, he said it and I didn't. He goes, because he's closer to the retirement age, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
We got to have.
Please.
Absolutely. Yes.
When the whole 6 feet deep, that's retirement.
Roger that.
Yeah, right. So, do the elves go to trade school, or what is their?
Yeah, where do they? I mean, do they're male, female? Do you let them?
Well,
Is there elf college? Or?
you know what? We do have higher management, and we do have skilled labor, and with that, they choose what they want to do, and then we encourage them to learn that trade. Now, let's say we were talking about the dolls. Let's say that one elf says, "Listen, I want to work on dolls." Well, he could be working on dolls, or I want to work on making trains. Or I want to tell people what to do. That's Ted, and he's really good. We send him to college.
Well, if I had an elf that wants to work on dolls in this political climate, there'd be a background check.
We don't judge that.
Well, I know Hermie the elf became a dentist, right?
Yes. Did you not notice the work he did for me?
You do.
That's nice work.
Yeah, he did good.
Good
He did.
stuff.
He did. And the funny thing is, I think he was upset when he was younger because he really didn't give Santa the Novocaine. And you know what I'm talking about, buddy.
Did that put him on the naughty list?
For a week and a half, because for a week and a half, I was like, oh.
You got it made. Now, what we have for you too is you give gifts to not just the good boys and girls, but also the, you can be better boys and girls, but also adults. And we want to reward you today.
Oh,
we have a gift for Santa.
Why, thank you very much.
And we wrapped it in the cover of this month's paper because Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Nice.
This illustration was done by Chuck Scardina. And then Morgan Meekum, our graphic designer, she filled it in, colorized it, and we use that every December for our cover, which represents our community here.
Well, that is wonderful. I love how you get the otter in there and also the whale and that beautiful pelican. It of course, me.
Santa Claus. Talking about my girlfriend again.
Hey now.
Actually, she's not my girlfriend. And the beauty of it is too, we're both single.
Okay.
He's newly single.
Married. Want to make Mrs. Claus know I was saying that.
But it's, at this time of the year when my rule is you don't start dating someone new after September 1st. Because if you do, Christmas comes a little awkward, and you can see that on page 12, why the holidays suck, is you buy them a gift and they're going, oh, well, thank you. It's, then you get them something too nice and like, whoa.
Oh, when I have to get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you come in and save the day.
Might be pushing a boundary there.
Yeah. So we just kind of stay away from that this time of year.
So a funny story from last night. There was a nice little couple over here, and he was looking at her, and I felt, Santa knows.
She was hitting on you?
He got on one knee.
Oh.
And I came over, and I'm just standing there. He's on the knee looking, and she's looking at me, and she's looking at him. They're looking, and I went, okay, son, go ahead and do it. And he goes, Oh, pressure Santa's here. Would you marry me? And I'm proud to say,
Did you say yes?
it wasn't Georgia. She said yes. And but they never gave me their information. I always thought I was going to get to go to the wedding, but probably not.
You could be the official Santa.
Hello, it's water. It's water.
Speaking of holidays,
Yes,
where do you and Mrs. Claus
Cancun.
this summer?
Cancun.
Thank you.
I'm going to be honest, Cancun.
Cancun. Huh?
I take a cruise,
Huh?
leave Southern California, and just go. But Mrs. Claus, some reason, I don't know why. She told me she wants to go on a cruise to Alaska. And I'm like, why Alaska?
You're already in the cold.
Yeah.
I go, Mrs. Claus, but the summertime. So we're going to try that out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we found Nicaragua. So after we get off camera, we're going to talk about some really cool things about Nicaragua, the environment down there that is safe, the cost of living, which is really set up for us Americans right now until more Canadians screw things up for us. And
Those people up top, come on.
yeah, it is what it is, Santa. But I want you to open your gift.
Okay, thank you. Wow, most kids look at it, but I like to rip it off. Ooh, what is it? What is it?
That was a book.
It's not a pitch for Godiva.
Oh. You got that?
This is Godzelda. It's a cereal that we've done in the paper for the last 2.5 years.
Okay.
The artist, illustrator, content guy is Dana Larrabee out of Salinas. And
Go
Godzelda is a
Salinas.
monster.
Look at that. Look at that.
And there we go. Santa's going to be, whoa.
Here. Put it on.
I like it.
Look, it's
like
my
it.
size too.
It is.
Well, thank you.
Quite well.
Santa.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for putting us on your nice list.
Oh, you're on that list now.
I know we had to do this for our penance to make sure, because now
Mainly him.
Well,
Santa doesn't lie.
it's been an interesting year.
It has.
And we're glad to get through it. And we're glad to live with the spirit of Santa Claus and Christmas every day.
Amen.
Yes.
And we are, I love it. I mean, it's something that is going on our 13th year here on this beautiful wharf. And we are so glad that we get come here and give the Christmas spirit to people all over the world. I mean, we had someone from Japan,
Nice.
all the way down to Nicaragua also, and then Belize.
Belize.
Belize is the place that I love to go to
There's
also.
Honduras.
Yes, yes. But that's
As
awesome.
far as spreading the good cheer, this is something for Tony and I to talk about, because we're going to try and get out there as single guys and spread the good cheer and hope we're not going to need an appointment for penicillin
Oh, no.
or temporary restraining orders at the end of the night. Think we can pull that off?
I hope so. Let's behave. Okay, Tony, let's get you off that list, okay?
I'm trying, Santa. I'm really trying.
But he's hanging around with me and he
Bad influence.
but the thing is I still get the police report, and that's what gets me.
You can't believe everything you read, Santa.
I think for the next week, I'm going to do my best to be good. I think through foolish times, we've been wonderful for the community as people are coming out of this with humor, with middle of the road stuff to make people laugh, challenges them, and gives them something to look forward to, which we're looking forward to the 25th. Coming downstairs, waking up, and seeing the presents that are wrapped, the presents that are unwrapped,
Yep.
and celebrating with our families and our friends that we can carry on through the whole next year.
One thing I wanted to say with that, because coming down and seeing a present makes me feel so wonderful, and it just feels great. But some of the kids here in our community don't have that opportunity, and that's why it's so important that we do the Salvation Army here.
Right.
And if you're in this local area and you want to give to the Salvation Army, we have the boxes here. We have the bins. But you know what? Christmas, they'll take it all year round if you want to do that.
Absolutely.
So that's just my little commercial about the Salvation Army. I just
And
want to.
Salvation Army is all over the United States.
Yes.
For those who aren't on the wharf in Monterey, because there's somewhere where it's cold. They just don't know any better. And there is always, the season for giving is every day.
Yep.
And we need to recognize that as much as we have and as little as we have, we still have room to give.
Amen. But I thank you guys for allowing me
Thanks,
to come.
Anna.
Merry Christmas.
Appreciate you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And I have to say this real quick. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
All right.